Hello everyone, I'm Phoenix Tremayne, and today I'm going to be giving you your Days of Our Lives weekend review from June 1st to June 4th. The show was only on for 4 days this last week, and it'll only be on for 3 days this week, all for tennis. But first, if you haven't done so, please take a minute to subscribe. If you have subscribed, thank you very much. I do appreciate it. Please hit that like button so YouTube knows it's a good channel for soap fans. I do want to note that the cicadas are out. They come out every 17 years. So you may be hearing a few new sounds in the video. I noticed in my other videos that the cicadas were really loud. So yeah, that little chiming you're hearing is the cicadas outside. They get really, really loud. And it's hot as hell, so hopefully my air conditioner isn't too loud. But I was burning up. I had to put the air back on. So with all of that said, welcome to the show. And I'm going to start with Rafe and Ava. When she finds, Rafe and Ava had a great love scene. So I really enjoyed the love scene between Rafe and Ava. It was very surprising because it was so affectionate, loving. The actors were into each other, and they really went for it. I felt like they said, you know what, screw Ben and Sierra, we about to be the next super couple. I so enjoyed their scene together. And two actors I really enjoyed. It's been a long time since I've really seen Tamara Braun come to life. I think her other character on General Hospital, not Carly, but the other one that just left town, was a little stifled. I enjoyed it because it was Tamara, but as Ava, she's giving me what I need. She's not obsessed with Steve. She's probably going to be a little obsessed with Rafe if him and Nicole start doing a little something. But we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Speaking of Nicole, she was upset when she found out that Ava and Rafe hooked up, as if she didn't know this was coming. Rafe was also upset that Ava told Nicole that they were hooking up, not just shacking up. Kate forces Snyder to continue with her lie, reminding him that she's on the board and she will fire him if she doesn't keep the secret that she doesn't have amnesia and she's not blind. So he went with the lie. Snyder also forced Gwen to take more pills to deliver for him. She said she wasn't going to do it, but of course she did. Xander has friction with Julie and Gwen first. Julie's very upset that she ate the dozen donuts that she fixed for Doug. She really fixed a dozen donuts for Doug. And the donuts will later come to play later in the week with Chanel and Allie, but we'll get to that. So she started telling Xander that he was getting fat, and so go ahead eat more donuts. And he was like, well, this is my domain, because he sleeps on the couch. He's like, this is like my room. He also gets mad at Gwen, too, when she comes into his room, which is the living room, when she wants to watch the telly. Not television, not TV, but big British, she says telly. And so they, go back and forth, because they're trying to make them a couple. And so he grabs her purse, and out comes the pills. And she's like, oh, that were prescribed to me. He's like, yeah, this could fill the prescriptions of the whole neighborhood, or whatever he said. And so, that's going to lead into what's going to happen between him, Gwen, and Snyder this week. Sammy also confronted EJ because the $10 million that Xander got paid off with, he took it back, even though her life was on the line. So she was really upset with EJ about that. We're going to find out that I think EJ is going to have some money problems. That's why he took the money back, because not next week, but his first appearance is Wednesday. It'll probably be the end of the episode. But when they come back within 2 weeks, then EJ will be trying to team up with Tony and Chad to take back over Demir Enterprises, which will probably take care of his money problems, if that is the case. So Sammy also confronted Nicole about her affair with Xander. Nicole turned it back on her when she said that she had an affair on Rafe with VJ. And so Sammy was getting a little too hot for Sammy when he was talking about cheating, so she just left. Jan held Claire and Chloe hostage. She tried to make Chloe get rid of Claire. For some reason, they thought that she was going to give them the gun. But, she was like, no, I'm not giving you a gun that you could turn on me. I'm crazy, but I'm not that crazy. Here's a knife. You like stabbing people. I heard about you in that kingpin that you got rid of. Certain words you can't say on YouTube, so I'm trying to be careful with how I put this, but if you've seen the show, you know what I'm talking about. Belle confesses to Trask, and Trask is like, there's something not right about this, and she ends up get sent to prison while she waits a sentencing. Now, I thought this was really stupid, because Trask is going to once again have another L, because she never wins anything, because nobody, either Kristen or somebody's going to make a deal. She always looks like a loser. And I feel like if they were honest with her and said, look, Jan has both Chloe and Claire. She told us if Belle confessed, then she would let them go. I'm sure Trask would have jumped on that, knowing that Jan was the real killer, the one that she really wants to convict. Working with the police, she could have made it happen. But instead, they basically just kept her in the dark, which didn't make any sense to me. Sean gave a reason why he wanted to, he said he didn't want to risk it in case she said no. But that didn't make any sense. I don't think she would have said no. Jan sets a booby trap where she leaves with Chloe, and then she has like a line of gasoline that leads to Claire, who's tied to a chair. And so there's a lamp, one of those old-time lamps with the fire in it. And so as soon as Ben came through the door, because he just wanted to visit the cabin that got burnt down that him and Claire was in, him and Sierra was in. And so the lamp fell, the fire started, and he was able to save Claire. Jan actually wanted Sean to go up there, and then Sean be the one responsible for the end of his daughter, because we can't say that D word. But Ben saved her, same way Sean probably would have saved her. It was a flimsy plan at best. And when Ben saved Claire, I actually thought they had really good chemistry. If Victoria Comfall, who plays Sierra, didn't want to come back, she's coming back. But if she didn't want to come back, I think the fans would have eventually grew with the Ben and Claire pairing, because they do have chemistry. Turns out Paulina and Marlena know each other, because Marlena knew her sister Tamara. Paulina discovers that the twins are connected to Tom and Alice, and she thinks, oh, I wish I knew that before I had made these plans for the square. She's thinking to herself. Jan contacts Philip for a plane and money to escape, and that's the only way they can save Chloe. She, of course, flips the plan. Well, I'm going to keep Chloe anyway, because who's to say you wouldn't just radio and have the plane come right back? So then Chloe fights her. Chloe is shot and in the arm. There's nothing serious. So eventually Philip attacks Jan and chokes her out the same way John did. And so later on, Dr. Snyder says, well, she's back in a coma. So they put that character back on the shelf. Brady is happy to see Chloe, as Philip blames him for her situation, saying he should have realized that that wasn't really that Kristen was pretending to be, shoot, I can't remember her name right now. I know about 10 of y'all are going to say, her name in the comment section. EJ Mother. I'm having a brain freeze moment right now, but you know what I'm talking about. EJ Crazy Mother. Susan, there it is, Susan. I'm still going to, I bet I'm still seeing the comments. People going, it was Susan. Yeah. He said that he should have known that Susan was really Kristen, and this is all his fault. Lonnie tells Chanel that she has to leave. She hasn't tried to find a job or anything. When Chanel makes inappropriate comment about Eli seeing him nude, then she tells her, "You can't talk about my husband like that." And so they had that little moment. But then she gives her a cookie, which is supposed to be really good, and she lets her know that they have a diversity plan and for the square, and that she wants to talk to Abe about opening up a bakery. And Lonnie is happy to hear that because Chanel actually has a plan. So that was a good thing. Because I feel like Chanel has been a character that hasn't had any real serious direction. She's just wavering all over the show, men, women, whatever's going on. I'm glad that they're finally having some sort of direction with her. She went to Allie because in London, Allie had some of them donuts. They were really good. She wants the recipe. Julie is the only one who knows the recipe. She doesn't think Julie wants to give it up. But Allie basically blackmails Julie, bringing up the time that JJ made them pot donuts. So she says she'll give them the recipe. And then there's, excuse me, there's a little tension between Chanel and Allie. So to show that there's still like a connection there. Because there is a love triangle between Trip, Chanel, and Allie. And now that Allie and Chanel are going to be working together, things are going to be really closer with that triangle. Belle gets reunited with Claire. And before I choke to death, let me go ahead and do Actor of the Week. Rafe and Tamara Braun. Rafe who plays Galen Goering, who plays Rafe, and Tamara Braun, who plays Ava. They both got Best Actors of the Week because I just love that connection that started off the show between the two of them. I think they gave it their all, and we don't see passion like that on soaps very often, so I appreciated it. Best Moments of the Week. It's usually one moment, but Days of Our Lives had a lot of little moments this week. Rafe and Ava, Xander and Gwen, Chanel finally having a plan to do this bakery. Ben and Claire to the rescue. Ben to Claire's rescue. Kate blackmailing Snyder. And also, I didn't mention it, but there was a moment between Paulina and Abe where she found out about this diversity plan he has where people of color would get a year free rental while they build up their business so that they can have more of an opportunity for success, which is something Chanel wants. And so Paulina was disturbed that Chanel wanted to open up this bakery because that also goes against her plan. Whatever she's trying to do, she said, "Look, I'm a capitalist. I want to make money." Abe's like, "You also said you want to help the community, so this helps the community." And the worst moment of the week, Belle and Sean not queuing in Trask on the rescue plan for Claire, so she doesn't look incompetent again. Okay, I know that I probably should redo the video without the choking, but I have a feeling that if I do this video again, it's going to get worse. At least it happened at the end of the video. I'm just trying to get through this day. I have a little bit of like phlegm built up, and so if I talk for too long, it will cause me to start choking, which is what you're seeing. So it's time for me to get some Mucinex to start loosening this up. I'm trying not to cough on camera again. Because I still got 4 more videos to do. Maybe I'll take a Halls to help. But Thank you guys for watching. I hope you appreciate this despite the cicada sound. You'll probably hear my air conditioner, and now I'm choking. But I'm just keeping it all the way real, giving you my perspective on the show. And I'd like to see you in the next video.